What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Aurelio here, back at it again with another Destiny 2 YouTube video, and today, as I'm sure you guessed, we're going to be talking about trials. Yeah, it's just one of those things that I talk about a lot on this channel because it's something I hold close to my heart. Trials is where I've met and where I've played with some of my just best friends, and it's always been a good experience for me, but as of late in Destiny 2, it's kind of been a shell of itself, and I want to get into what's wrong with it and what needs to happen to trials for people to actually come back. Because this weekend had probably the best lineup for rewards that's ever been, and the population is just ass, it feels like. So, we're going to be getting into my thoughts and feelings about that. Like and subscribe if you do like the content I make, but without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, I wanted to start this video off by saying that the gameplay in the background was the inspiration of making this video. This was my flawless game, and it was so sweaty. As you'll see in this game, it was super close, and we were very lucky to make it out of this, but we ended up bagging a win. But I feel like it was a true testament to just how sweaty Trials is and just how much the population is cannibalizing itself. Now, by cannibalizing itself, I mean that the lower tier players are just getting ragged on in this game mode and have no reason to stay. I mean, the only reward they get is out of that Trials engram, which was a good start on Bungie's part. I will say it's a good start, but it just isn't enough to keep the casual player invested. The truth of the matter is, one gun every week isn't enough to keep people playing. Not to mention that Trials is so sweaty that people will literally just not play the matches to get the gun. So, what does that really say about how sweaty Trials is? And because of these lower tier players leaving, that makes the next people up the lower tier players. So they're going to get ragged on, and obviously Trials isn't rewarding, which is going to make them not come back, which kind of sucks. So it's going to keep going up and up and up until it's just in this upper echelon of just gods playing Trials like it's at now, and nobody's having a good time and nobody's getting rewarded. And this needs to change. I personally used to be such a big supporter of Trials being card-based matchmaking, because it's yeah, that's fair, alright? It feels like a tournament then. But truth is, that's not what people want. People aren't playing the playlist because they're just gonna get dogged on every time. And not everybody wants that. Not to mention that when they get dogged on, they don't even get loot. They get no tokens, which was a terrible change from Bungie. Nobody gets any rewards for doing alright. It's just you have to be the best or you're not gonna get anything. And God knows I can't go this whole video without mentioning the elephant in the room. Stasis. Holy shit, dude. Stasis is the most frustrating thing I've ever played with and against in a video game. It is so unbelievably difficult to play around. You can get frozen just standing still. That's it. You're fucked. You can't do anything when you're frozen, and it's not fun. That's just a huge problem with Trials right now, and it goes without saying. Everyone hates Stasis, or at least that's what I've seen the general consensus being. I hate Stasis, my friends hate Stasis, I'm pretty sure everyone hates it. Now, I don't hate the idea that they tried something new. I will admit that them trying this new thing was very cool. Them adding this whole new mechanic to Destiny was very cool. The only problem is that it just wasn't tuned correctly. And I think that they should maybe take Stasis out of the game until they tune it, at least in Trials. Just take Stasis out of Trials for a little bit until they tune it. I'm not one of those people who thinks that Stasis should be out of the game completely. I think that they should just rework it for PvP, keep it how it is in PvE, and it'd be a great time because it is a good time using Stasis. It's not a good time getting shit on by Stasis, but it's just a good time using it, so I want to still see it in the game, you know? So that's my solution for Stasis. And for the sweats and just people having to try their ass off every game, though I do think that Trials should retain like its competitiveness, and it being this sweaty does make the Trials wins feel so much more rewarding, but I think that we should maybe look into maybe making it so if you have a flawless that week or something, then maybe you're in a different just matchmaking pool. Maybe just players can have a bit easier time getting their first flawless, and it's harder for other players to farm it. So that's kind of my solution to that. Though I am open to other solutions like that, but that's part of it. Another thing that we gotta do is, if not that, or in addition to that, is make trials more rewarding. There needs to be more like gun drops, and I'm cool if they don't like do that with adept weapons, because adept weapons are adept weapons. They should be a flex, but I think that making like summoners and shit just dropping at the end of games at random, that's cool. That's fine. Maybe even add like a whole other like weapon set that drops at the end of games, and that'd be totally fine as long as it isn't adept shit. But that's my 2 cents on that. We gotta reward the casual player to keep them staying. That's all I gotta say right now about Stasis though, so thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe if you like my content. Let me know in the comments if you've been playing Trials and if you've been getting dogged on, because I have. So, catch you guys in the Crucible. Peace.